Our question for you, in the wrap up from our session, is to grapple with the question, can dignity be taken away from you? Is it something intrinsic or extrinsic? And in the process of giving dignity, which is an action, seen through respect and through honor and actions of respect and honor, can that be taken from you if someone does the opposite of those actions?
Actually, when we started the process of dignity, so we just share that I share my story, that because I'm come from Pakistan, which is the non-English speaking country. Now I'm here with the English speaking country. My family came. I came in 2010. My family came in 2014. So we have some conversation issues. And in Pakistan, because we have a male dominant society, so here we have a woman empowerment, human rights, freedom of speech, everything. So this is very hard for male members to keep their dignity, to keep their respect. So that's why I raised this question, and I raised this question to every immigrant's parents, that when you keep your tolerance level high, when you keep your dignity, then you also careful with your children. Like my children, when I speak English, they always have a contradiction. They always stop me. No, daddy, this word is like this. You are saying schedule. This is your English. But here in America, we speak schedule. But in Pakistan, we have a different domination. But here we have a different domination. That's why I keep my dignity as well as I also keep my children's dignity. So that's why the process, the dignity is the process. If you keep 1 day or 2 day or 9 to 5 dignity, and after 5 p.m. you have a humiliation, this is not possible. So this is an ongoing process of dignity. This was my point.
In line, in line with that, I don't have a singular point, but will add to the others. The issue of resilience is something that we could talk about for a week. And yes, was it intrinsic, extrinsic? Can someone give it to you? Can someone take it away? One of the important points that we also started to think about in this line were examples of scenarios where out of necessity someone has developed a toughness in order to survive. Is that a sign of dignity? Or is it just something that's done for survival? And when that happens, can such individuals, if they don't truly feel dignity, when they are growing up and they can no longer act as street kids, we can't do that. When we are street kids, we can grow up being street adults, right? Street kids. But if we haven't gained an authentic dignity, at what point do we, and how can we develop that? Help me flip the page. Turn the page.
Yeah.
Turn the page? Yeah. With regard to the many challenges that foreign families face, there were 3 issues just that were brought up, comments by all members of our group. First was the situation very often that foreign families find themselves when their children are English speaking, but the parents are not. And they are bringing their children to be translators under different scenarios. And depending on what that situation might be, inadvertently, unintentionally, the child of whatever age suddenly may become the decision maker, right? Could be a lawyer's office, for example, or a doctor's office. Questions being asked, and sometimes you'll see, right, that the child almost already answers before the parents do. And that role reversal is very significant. Secondly, to reiterate that parents are caught between two cultures. But there's another point that you didn't bring up, which really touched us all, which was that in breaking the mold, in dignifying children in cultures maybe where that's not the case, that foreign parents will be shunned and alienated by their own peers. This is another challenge that they face on top of everything else. So this is the arena that we went into.
Yeah, I cited an example of when I came here from South Africa, and I had the advantage of the language and so on, and I worked in a drop-in centre for parents in the suburbs who were isolated, and we had a satellite program. And at the clinic, which was the point that really touched me then, was that the children were taking a parental role, and you could feel the body language of the parents in that they were then subordinate. And I feel that is a very strong impact on the family. So I was suggesting, just in terms of the experience that people might have, is that they turn this into a family dialogue, and they perhaps use it as a teaching moment. How do we this is what we have, and there are challenges, but we can make something really important out of it, and we can teach other people or help them. So again, I think it's the immigrant experience, and we're all looking and dealing with this and observing what our immigration attitude is today. And that's adding and taking dignity away from huge swaths of the population. So it's a very current, I would say, challenge. Thank you.
Resolution.
Thank you.